Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Daggum, how are you doing today? Before you ask questions, that was matcha. I know it looked disgusting, looked kind of clumpy, but I can assure you that it wasn't. My Halloween Mickey Mouse mug kept it secure, it was cold. I did not have any ice in it. Usually I put ice in my cold matcha, but I did not in this circumstance. There's a small sketchbook tour at the beginning of this video. I hope you enjoyed that. I was thinking, well, I guess before I should get too far into my rabbit hole trains of thoughts, I just wanted to say hello. How are you guys? I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing well. Now that we've got the small talk out of the way, I was thinking about doing a mid-sketchbook tour whenever I reach the middle of the sketchbook. And I guess, again, before I get too far into my train of thought, this is a real-time version of this drawing, which I don't do very often. But I figured, since this drawing did not take me very long at all, it was a quick self-portrait. I thought of it as it's definitely not the most self-portrait in the way that it looks exactly like me, but it is supposed to be me, and I think I portrayed it well. But back to my thought, I roughly counted, real quick, just flipping through the pages, 110 pages in the sketchbook. I looked it up, and it said that there were 80 pages in the sketchbook, which I know is wrong because I counted more than that. So I'm going to, once I get closer in the sketchbook, count precisely. But if it is 110, what would that be? 55? So at the 55 page mark, we will be doing a small sketchbook tour, just to see how we're doing so far. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to be doing a deeper dive and do an entire sketchbook tour once we've completed the whole thing. But for this sketchbook, my medium, I wanted to use all three of the mediums that I wanted to focus on in the sketchbook, which are charcoal, graphite, and colored pencils. So I started this one with charcoal, and then moved in with some pencil and then colored pencil later on. But just to kind of get the, I almost kind of turned out sculpture-esque with that's just kind of how charcoal works, and I really like that about charcoal. I think that's one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite mediums, is because you can block in areas so fast, so beautifully. I busted out a whole drawing in like no more than maybe 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. I had a nice self-portrait that looks exactly like me. Favorite part of it, I mean, definitely the most similar to me, is the teeth and the eyebrows. The ears, I think, are a little uneven. It's kind of hard to tell, but you know, whose ears are perfectly even, you know? But once I had everything kind of blocked in with the charcoal, I moved in with my more fine-tuned tools to kind of highlight and put more emphasis on the things that needed to be pushed back a little bit further or have more contrast, and just kept pushing and pulling things until it had the right amount of depth that I was looking for. And I mean, you can tell already what I was talking about with the sculpture. It just, some drawings and some two-dimensional artworks have a sculpture feeling, you know? I'm sure you've looked at something and thought that looks like it was carved or looks engraved, when really it's just marks on a piece of paper. I'm really proud of that. That's I mean, I might be the only one that sees that, and this could be, you know, I could be the anomaly here, but I think it looks good, and if I like it, then that's what matters. You should always be proud of what you make when it comes to art, or really anything in general. Especially, not especially, but even if it's not the best, you should be able to take something from it and learn, and use it for the next time, or grow. Everything you do should be a form of growth in some way. And like I said, after I went in with the fine-tune things and kind of pushed and pulled with the lights and darks, I set out on the adventure of finding the right colors that I wanted to use. And I don't want to say I went overboard, but this one is colorful. This one is very colorful. I kept the colors intentionally not as opaque, not as dark, because I liked the black and white contrast in this one a lot. And since I was using so many different colors and so many colors that contradict each other on the color wheel, I wanted to make sure they weren't so in your face, and you can ruin a drawing very fast, very easily. Sometimes it's just one line can ruin the whole thing. Most of the time, yeah. Finding out when to stop on a drawing is a talent. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. But I think I stopped the sketch right where I wanted to stop it. I think there's enough detail in there where if you look at it, you'll be kind of like, you know what, that looks almost exactly like you. One detail I do think I left out, I'm not sure what this says about my psyche, if you wanted to psychoanalyze me from this drawing, I left out my hair. Not sure if that tells you anything. I'm not sure how many psychiatrists or psychologists or astronauts are going to be watching this, but if you could tell me what that means about me, that would be nice. It kind of looks like Voldemort, or maybe Nosferatu, like a mixture between me and those two handsome fellas. But I don't know. I think it looks good. The left eyeball, his right eyeball, I think my eyeball might be a bit of a concern for just health in general. I'm not sure how well he can see out of that one. He's kind of got one eyebrow raised. One of my eyebrows is a little bit higher than the other one, so maybe that was an unintentional call to that one. But I mean, his face isn't symmetrical. No face is symmetrical perfectly. They say the more symmetrical your face is, the more attractive you are, but I just don't think that's true. I think that has a lot of different variables, but beauty is subjective, Who's to say? It's probably something to do with like the Fibonacci sequence or the golden ratio or something. I don't know. I don't know what the golden ratio is. Isn't that like not? Who cares, dude? He's pretty, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. And of course, by saying he's pretty, I think I might be saying that I'm pretty, which isn't something I'm trying to. Talking about self-portraits is hard, especially when it's not really doesn't really look like you the way that you intended it to. I think I'm in a little bit of a predicament here. I'm trying to not sound you know the word. Trying to not be full of myself, I guess. It is a PG way to say that. But yeah, drawing turned out cool. The close-ups of it, you can really see the color more. I think I definitely should do close-up B-roll footage of the drawings after I do them, especially when I go in lightly with color, so you can kind of see like all the different marks. And I worked fast in this one. It's very loose, very sketchy, and that's what I like about it. But if you like it, be sure to leave a like. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, and if you want to see the rest of my journey to finishing this sketchbook, hit that subscribe button. But I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.